You guys, we're back. Sean, Javon, all 52 podcasts. We got some NFL. We're definitely going to talk some WNBA. We're going to be talking about some baseball. Their favorites are slumping in the LA Dodgers. And then we're going to definitely go with schedule release, the AFC West and the NFC North. Woo, that was two tough schedules for me to do this week. I can't front. Two competitive divisions here. Javon, what's going on?
I'm doing pretty good. I had to make a correction because when we were doing the AFC West, I'm like, hey, one of these teams aren't going to lose that many games. So I made a correction. And there is a team out west that I can't wait to talk about because I just can't wait. I'll just leave it at that. Can't wait.
I kind of think I know who you're talking about, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know.
I definitely know who you're talking about, and that was probably the toughest division. I made a last second change this morning. We had to push the podcast back. I was like, it didn't sit well with me when I went to sleep last night, and I was like, I got to make that change. But that's gonna be a tough division. I can't front. I think it's gonna be very competitive, very very competitive.
Yeah. So before we get into the divisions, and we do have to pick the NFC North. We are going to start off in the NFC North with something I've been looking forward to talking about for the last 12 hours. J.J. McCarthy, the second-year quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings, has been benched. Kyler Murray has been named the starter. McCarthy went 6-4 in 10 games as the Vikings starter last year with 11 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and completed just 57.6% of his passes. Sean, I told you he wasn't a first-round pick. I told you I wouldn't draft him, period. Yep. I told him he never had to throw the ball at Michigan. We saw them go a whole half without throwing the football. He never had to lead his team to a win when he was in Ann Arbor. But somehow, some way, he ended up being your boy.
Yeah.
And stinking the joint up last season.
Yep.
And now he is benched. The floor is yours.
No, so this is the thing. And I have to adjust to this. Again, I don't like people will be like, back in my day. I'm not a big back in my day kind of guy. So I would say this. The room for error for a young quarterback is gone. Let's see. For example, Cam Ward has a bad year this year. They're going to be ready to find his replacement. They're going to bring a vet to compete with him. The way to develop, and we talk about how bad quarterback play is. The why quarterback play is people don't get chances to develop anymore. So I'm not saying this is not a woe is me for J.J. McCarthy, because look at Bryce. I got to be real. Bryce Young was just as bad as J.J. McCarthy, and now he's going into the year as a starter on a Panthers team that I think is going to be better this year. Like, I really do. So, but Bryce Young.
We got different opinions on Carolina.
Okay. All right.
I got the NFC South possibly being worse than it was last year.
Woo. I think the Panthers, we'll get there. The Falcons, I'm not big high on the Falcons at all, because of the quarterback situation. But anyways, so my thing is we have lost all faith in developing these quarterbacks, and that's J.J. McCarthy is just the latest example because of this. Like, I'm not mad at them. They can't waste Justin Jefferson's prime. I said that. I did a little video posted on Facebook yesterday and YouTube and stuff. They can't waste Justin Jefferson prime. Kyler Murray should be the starter. I agree with that. But also, I'm seeing if Kyler, we have to remember Kyler was bench and they told him basically get out the building in Arizona. You know what I mean? Like, there's also, he has stuff to prove to us and to his organization and to himself. Can he be a quarterback? Is he more talented than JJ? Absolutely. Is he a better quarterback than JJ right now? Absolutely. I'm not mad about that. And Minnesota feels scorned about letting Sam Darnold go. But this is an indictment on KOC, the front office, and the lack of trust in young quarterbacks to develop. And those days are gone. And I get it. Those days are gone. Anthony Richardson can probably never be a starter in the NFL again. I don't know, right? Those days are freaking gone. And I don't know if that's good for the league, but I don't hear both sides. I don't hear quarterbacks ain't developing. This is the worst quarterback play. These guys don't get a chance to develop because if they don't play good right away, Bryce Young, for example, he got benched and then he had to come back in because it's just too much for me. But JJ, I'm not here to justify JJ being the starter. Kyler Murray should be the starter for that team. But let's make it clear. This is a make or break year for Kyler because if he has a bad year, Kyler will be a backup in the NFL somewhere next season. Let's call a spade a spade. So it's a big year, big opportunity for him. I'm happy for him in that aspect, but he has a lot to prove as well. But there's just no more quarterback development.
I'm pretty sure Kyler got his wake-up call. He won't be forced to throw to Marvin Harrison Jr. anymore. He actually has a team where he's supposed to spread the football around. Like, they got weapons in Minnesota with a great play caller in Kevin O'Connell. My worries are not about Kyler Murray. Sean, and I'm going to put you back on the screen for this. You did a lot of quarterback sympathizing just now. Your arguments are valid. Tom Brady says the same thing. You know, I'm not arguing with the GOAT. I do think quarterback development is somewhat of an issue. I think it's being overblown. I don't think it's the development of the quarterbacks. I think it's just the quarterbacks that these dumbass front offices are choosing to develop. Did we not know Anthony Richardson was a project?
Yes.
Was I not on? Oh, no, we were not doing the podcast yet. Sean, well, even when we first started it, you knew this. I was nowhere near high on Sam Darnold. And Sam Darnold proved himself to be assistant quarterback in the like.
Yeah.
Completely right about that.
Yep.
We were not big on Justin Herbert.
No.
And we got conversation about him coming up when we do the AFC West today.
Yep.
And his playoff performances are validating us. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But all of these guys got put up on some pedestal when they were coming out. You know, and I understand I'm perfect. I was a little wrong on Josh Rosen. I thought he was going to be solid.
Me too.
And then Kyler Murray came in, took the spot, and obviously did good things those first few years with the Cardinals. But it's cool there, too. Like, Josh Allen did not have the profile of a first-round pick whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
And they took a chance on him. Shout out to McDermott and that staff for how they developed Josh, by the way.
Dabo beat, yeah.
And I think Josh got McDermott fired because I think McDermott actually did a damn good job in Buffalo. Matter of fact, met his son, I think last month before, one of them. He's like, man, it's so weird having him home because he literally knows how to do nothing. He doesn't know how to book a flight. I mean, doesn't know anything because for the last however many years, the Bills handled everything.
Yeah.
Now it's just back to being a normal at-home dad in North Carolina. It's like, yeah, having him home is weird. Like, I love having him home, but at the same time, I kind of wish he had another job. So it's funny when you get taken inside the human aspect of these things. At the end of the day, like I always try to tell people, they're normal people at the end of the day. They just happen to have that job.
Absolutely.
But like Josh Allen was not a first round guy whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
But the Bills developed him into it. But let's get to JJ McCarthy. I told you he was not a guy to take. And I'm just going to go ahead and read off why. First of all, he should have did a fourth year. Can we agree on that?
No, I wouldn't have heard him to be in an offense that was tailored to him throwing the football at least 30, 40 times.
I'm going to tell you why he should have did a fourth year. Because I don't know who comes out after 2 years as a starter with this. All right, touchdown to interception ratio was pretty damn good. 49-11. Whatever. That's through all 3 years. Sean, he never averaged more than 10 yards per attempt.
Mm-hmm.
He never averaged. Actually, no, he never even touched 10 yards per attempt. He never touched 200 yards per game.
Mm-hmm.
In today's NFL, and that's not even with me going to look at Michigan's running backs numbers or that defense's numbers, because we already know what they did. We watched them in real time. They ran all over you, and they didn't let you score.
Mm-hmm.
What did he have to do?
Okay.
And he did not showcase any special arm talent. Any special arm talent. And they took him in the first round. So my thing was he shouldn't have been drafted. And if you drafted him, he shouldn't have played at all last year anyway. That was a wasted pick. We got to call it like it is. And you fired a GM who told y'all not to take this guy in the first round. And that pick could have helped us actually build towards something. Like, Minnesota, y'all got to take the L on this one, man. This is on ownership. This is on ownership.
I would say this. because they had Kirk Cousins, and they decided to give it to him. We had Darnold. I think the GM got fired because he let Sam Darnold walk out the door too. Like that was the ownership probably was looking at, we have just as much talent as Seattle, not on the defensive side of the football, but because
schematically they had it.
Yeah, they did with Brian Flores. Flores is one of the best defense coordinators in the league. So they had talent that they could win a Super Bowl with Sam Darnold, especially off of 15-2 season, something ridiculous or whatever it was. So I see what you're pointing
Hold on
at.
though, but let's not forget, it ain't like that offense kept him clean. What was that? The Rams they played in the playoffs?
Oh, he got abused.
Seattle kept him clean. Minnesota didn't. So let's not act like he could have won us. I'm not going to just automatically assume he could have gotten one in Minnesota because it was completely different.
No, and but how people are, human nature, especially people in Minnesota, ownership, they were like, well, we let this guy go. He won the Super Bowl the year.
Reactionary.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
Exactly. Circumstances. But I would say this, and this is where it goes back. Again, I'm not sitting up standing for, I could admit where I'm wrong. I've been on this podcast many a times in the last year admitting I'm wrong about something. So I'm not going to sit here, but what this shows me is an indictment on quarterback development. And Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers. They're in the top 15 of all time, right? But those guys took time.
They might be all in the top 10.
Yeah, it depends on what you like. Aaron's definitely the top 10. Brees is a borderline top 10 guy for me. But I love Drew Brees, right?
Ooh, well, you got over Drew Brees. Wait.
No. We gotta
go. Come on, you know this is what we do on this podcast, man. Come on.
All right, let me just off the top of my head. Brady's the one. This is my order. Brady, Montana, Manning, Mahomes, Marino, Elway.
Mahomes over Manning, by the way. Mahomes, Marino, Elway.
Yeah. Mahomes over Manning. What am I talking about? Okay. All right. What did I say? Elway, Marino, Rodgers, Favre. Brett Favre is my favorite player of all time, so I can't lie.
Turnover machine. All right.
No.
He's one of the most overrated and media darlings of all time.
Wow.
I think Brett Favre was the Josh Allen of his day, except he got himself a Super Bowl or two. So, all right.
And he's been to 2 back-to-back, 3 MVPs. Nah, that's disrespectful, man. That dude, he played like back. Nah, I'm not even going with that. Brett Favre's in my top 10. I don't care. I would put, this is my top 10. I didn't see.
You're at 8 right now.
Yeah, but I don't want to disrespect like Bart Starr, Roger Staubach, but I know the game, so I'm going to put
Johnny Unitas.
Johnny Unitas will be number 9. And then I would probably put Roger Staubach or Steve Young as my 10th. And it's Drew Brees in the 11 to 15 range.
So Brees is competing with Staubach and
Young. Yep.
I'm not mad at that. Yeah, I ain't mad at that at all. All right,
yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah. But he's a great player. I don't top 15 all time.
Yeah. Okay.
I think in that era, Young, that era was different than this era.
Yeah.
I gotta be real. I love Drew Brees. But my point is I'm just using those 3 guys, even Young, as an example. It took time to develop these guys. It took time for them to get into the right situations and develop them. It's not going to be automatic. Look at the guys we thought after 1 year. CJ Stroud and Daniels had injuries last year, so I don't want to. But even when he did play, he was okay last year. We can't just be crowning people.
Hey, his team was sorry, bro.
No, it was bad. Look, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to give him a pass.
But CJ, we were on this podcast saying he ain't that guy coming out. So
you see how tough it is. The development in the quarterback position is the worst it's ever been. Brady has said it, and I just named 3 guys who I consider in the top 15 of all time, in my top 15. Let's. I'm not saying JJ. It might not work in Minnesota, but it's Anthony Richardson, JJ McCarthy. We could just name a bunch of Michael Penix Jr. All these guys.
Starting this week, by the way, trade showcase.
This week in preseason, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yo, listen. My point is
I'm saying like they're starting him so he can like showcase why somebody should trade for him.
It's a trade for him, but again. But you said it too. He's a project. What's a project? Back in the day, a project's 4 or 5 years. He should never even be starting. So
4th, 5th round.
Yes, JJ McCarthy. If he had those stats, I like the potential. Doesn't mean he had to start day 1. Let him sit. He's missed the whole year. Let him sit.
This tells you how bad these front offices are. Because who was big on Brock Purdy at Iowa State?
Okay, good point. You are.
And he goes Mr. Irrelevant.
Yes.
JJ McCarthy goes first round. Sean, we gotta get this $1 billion something so we can get a team. We can go to the promised land.
I know,
Bro,
man. That would be crazy.
listen, but here's my real issue. Sean, what's the one way all of these leagues get described? What's the one word? Well, 2
Parody?
words, 1 phrase.
2 words. I don't know what.
Copycat league.
Yes.
Ain't that what we always hear? It's a
Yeah.
copycat league.
All the time.
But they never copy the successful teams. And when they do copy successful teams, they don't copy the right thing. Let's keep this in the NFL for this one, because Lord knows I want to talk about basketball when we come to the copycat league and not knowing what, you think it's a 3-point shootout that Golden State did. No, they actually ran an offense. But whatever. And they had Steph and Clay. But whatever. Which no one else has. But whatever. And Monte Ellis. Just shut up. Just shut up.
Yeah, Monte was.
You ain't Scotty. Scotty, now you're better than LeBron. So you think you're the greatest player of all time? Because you said LeBron was better than Michael. Now you're better than LeBron. So now Scottie Pippen's the greatest basketball player to ever live. Get the hell out of here, Scotty. You where Malik Beasley at when you need him? Actually, no, he playing in the Jag Classic this week. Shout out to Blue Magic and damn, who else is it? Anyways, NFL copycat league. Who's the best quarterback in the NFL right now?
Mahomes or Allen to be who do
the first name was right. First name was right.
Yeah.
Did he play his first year?
No.
How many Super Bowls does he have?
3. Been to 5. Right? Yeah, been to 5.
So why not sit these guys who are nowhere near Mahomes as a player?
I agree.
And Mahomes isn't some sure thing coming out of Texas Tech. So if he wasn't a sure thing and didn't play, who are these guys?
I completely agree.
I've got another name on that list, by the way, of just terrible choices. Mitchell Trubisky, another.
Yes, horrible.
Come on.
Horrible.
I mean, it's bad.
Like, even we'll talk about the AFC West. Mendoza, if in an ideal world, I wouldn't let him play this year. Like, why can't he sit a year? Like, he is going to play this year because he's more mature quarterback. But when you take a developmental guy, for example, Ty Simpson, he should not see the field for 2-3 years.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Let's be real. He should not be your quarterback. If Matthew Stafford want to play for 4 more years, that's when he becomes a quarterback. Whenever Matthew
even practicing right now.
I did see something on NFL
Network. I know
Network.
He had the contract situation, and then the Rams kept on picks to Justin Barron in practice yesterday. I saw Stafford throw one of them, but I think Stetson Bennett threw the other 2. So I don't even know if Ty Simpson's practicing right now.
Damn, that's a name from the past. Stetson Bennett. I didn't even know he's still on the NFL roster. But yeah, I think that's a prime example. He needs to sit for 2-3 years. Like even Cam Ward, for example. I like Cam, but it would have been okay if Cam sat a year. I don't think it's a bad thing for guys to sit, especially in the NFL, because we're so quick to rush them and be like, oh, they're done.
Because Cam's about to, I'm going to be honest, it's going to be a rough season in Tennessee. And now he's about to have to endure the conversation of big 3rd year for Cam Ward.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what's got.
It ain't really his fault, by the way.
No.
I don't know what they working with in Tennessee. So
they're gonna go bring a veteran guy in to compete with him next. It's like, what the hell you talk? What does he have to work with over there that he can't play? Like, I don't like the way they develop quarterbacks in the NFL. They give them all the answers to the test, and that's why they don't develop too quick. Brady is 100% right about the quarterback state of the NFL, and I think that's why we have so many misses than hits in these quarterbacks nowadays.
Yeah. All right, Sean. Some other team needs to start hitting because they damn sure had a lot of misses.
All right, so that was a good one. The Dodgers, Javon's Dodgers, what they call them, the evil empire now, are slumping. They lost 8 out of the last 11. Is this a cause of a concern, or is just the price of doing business for the best team in baseball?
Well, let's talk about this. They don't have their catchers right. Will Smith and Dalton Rushing hurt. Kyle Tucker, who is stuffed this season, he's starting to come around, so we'll see. But he has stunk this season. We've been on this podcast saying Mookie Betts ain't the same player, and it's kind of rough to see the decline. Freddie Freeman ain't the power hitter he used to be. Still makes great contact with the baseball, though. But that closer situation. Edwin Diaz, brother, lose the trumpets for a little bit. And like, you don't need no special intro or nothing. You probably don't need to be closing right now. It ain't it. They got things to work out. The deadline's over, so ain't no going to get some extra help. You shouldn't need any extra help with this team. Like, you know, you got to perform. Like, the Dodgers are the team where it's zero excuses.
No.
Zero. And, you know, you might want to get it together because Milwaukee's a baseball team. And the Cubs are a baseball team. And you know the Padres look for any opportunity they can to knock you off. It ain't going to be sweet in September, in October. It's not going to be sweet. It's time to lock in. Dave Roberts, this ain't the time for nice guy Dave. I know Sweetheart always comes to Temple to help Claire Smith out for our stuff at Klein College. Love him to death. Appreciate him. Rest in peace to Mrs. Lou Klein, by the way. But these guys need a kick in the ass, bro. I don't know what to tell you. And like the Dodgers, there's nothing they can do but look in the mirror. And the pitchers can't stay healthy. Hey, man, can't always buy your ring. Stuff happens.
The only thing is, man, let's be honest. If I'm in the postseason, I don't think Ohtani should be. I would put Ohtani as my closer. Yes. I think he's the perfect setup to be the closer. You know how John Smoltz switched his career midway? I'm not saying he needs to be a closer during the regular season, but in the postseason, he automatically becomes my John Smoltz. We have enough starting pitching with Skubal now. I don't think he needs to be starting. So that's one. So I'm not worried about the bullpen situation because you can have Ohtani pitch every day if he needs to, as a closer.
Oh, and shut up. We know you're not signing back with Detroit in free agency. Shut up. What type of fools do you take us for?
He's never doing that. He's not doing that. Absolutely not. I would say this, though. In 2000, was it 2000? Yeah. My Yankees went through a really mediocre regular season where they were on their way to try to win 3 in a row, 4 out of 5. And I still remember, it's like, damn, they might not win 3 in a row. And when that postseason turned around, it was a different animal. And I got to be real. I think the Dodgers' weakness is their offense, but I think the weakness of baseball is offense. So I think I ain't worried. If I'm a Dodgers fan, I think this is the weakest. It's like with that 2000 Yankee team. And actually lost in 2001 to the Diamondbacks. When you play that much baseball, baseball's a game of luck sometimes, things of that nature. So injury luck, blah, blah, blah. They're going to be able to, I think, get to the postseason and just, you never know what happens. I think we're all going to be rooting, except for Javon, against the Dodgers and the whole California, LA area, Southern California. But I just don't, I'm not worried because I've seen this happen 25 years ago, 26 years ago, whatever it was, that the team that's always on top, I don't care how much talent you have, your human nature kicks in. I wouldn't worry about them. I seen it. The weakness is the weakness, but it's baseball's weakness. The only teams I can really see them, I love the Brewers. I don't see them beating them in a 7-game series. The only team in the National League I can see them beating them in a 7-game series is the Cubs, because I love the moves the Cubs got. And in the American League, the only team who could beat them, I think, is the Yankees in a 7-game series. I'm not being a homer. I'm just being real. The Yankees can match up with them if they're healthy and their pitching staff. That's a lot of ifs, ands, buts, all that crap like that. So that's the best team in baseball, and I'm not. Yeah, I can't go against it. But one thing, Kyle Tucker, shout out to Scott Boras. You've been horrible this year, but you got that big guarantee money. I can't be mad at you.
I don't want to hear Scott Boras' name. Before last night, finally woke up again. I went to that Orioles and Phillies game. What was that? 2-3 Fridays ago now. Mm-hmm. Gunnar was slumping. Well, he's been slumping all season. Hit a triple. It meant so much to him. And then ever since that triple until before last night's game, the brother had a batting average of 0.81. 0.81. And this guy was supposed to be a top 3, top 5 shortstop in all of baseball.
No, it's bad. And shout out to the big dumper coming out yesterday. and taking blame for how horrible Seattle. The Mariners have too much talent to be 8 games under 500. Man, that offense is. Whew,
Launch angles, everything, man.
This is one of the worst offensive seasons I've seen in baseball in a long time. They have to figure it out. I thought about this the other day. I'm like, baseball needs to figure out how to get more offense back into the game, because especially if you go through a strike
Get the
next
geeks
year.
out. That's all it is.
Or yo, listen, I was watching a podcast. This is about Barry Bonds this weekend, and I watched all the Smoke podcasts. I never watched it, and I was like, let me look at the stats. Yo, those 2001, 2004 numbers of Barry Bonds. And then I went back to look at McGuire and Sosa. Yo, I ain't mad about letting the juice back in. I ain't mad about that. I can't front. Those numbers were crazy. Manny Ramirez, Albert Grell. What do you mean? No, those guys were hitting 3-something.
No. Those guys actually knew what to swing at.
Oh,
These guys don't. That's the issue.
Okay.
It ain't that they don't have power. They don't know they have no plate discipline.
Good point.
And they don't know how to hit.
Good point.
Instead of cutting the ball in half, they want to get underneath everything, which is dumb.
Good point. Great point. So the art of hitting is a lost art. 3-something. That's what I'm saying. Our boy, what's the guy who he's bouncing around? He hit for 300. Yeah.
And he's gonna wind up on a new team next year because he's gonna be a free agent.
No respect for that guy. He can hit over 300 like nothing. It's the weirdest time in baseball I've seen in a long time.
All right, Sean, there's trouble in Chapel Hill. Tar Heels football general manager Michael Lombardi was placed on administrative leave, I believe. Defense coordinator Steve Belichick's on medical leave. But the story here really is Lombardi. The duo of Lombardi and Belichick just has not been good in Carolina. So many negative headlines in just one season. I think this is headed towards a real quick and messy divorce.
I wouldn't be surprised, and I think it's warranted, because at the end of the day, has it raised the profile of UNC football? Of course, because Belichick's name is attached to it, but it hasn't raised their profile in terms of, I give it wins and losses 1 year, but there's no excitement about that program and about how they could contend in that conference or anything like that. And that's what you brought him for. And I thought it would just be better. You have too many off the field distractions. Then it's not really focused on the product. I thought he was going to uplift the product of UNC football. And so, is it really is the juice worth the squeeze? Is that the phrase they always use? And at this moment, I don't think so. Again, it's only year one. We're going into year two, but what excitement has that program? It's supposed to be the 33rd NFL team. That was the tagline. That was the slogan. They're so far away from that.
That's the issue, though. That's not college football. It's just not. College football and the NFL is just completely different. College basketball and the NBA, completely different. You cannot go to college trying to run it like an NFL team. You're going to fail each time.
I get North Carolina for trying to make the splash move, but I definitely didn't. I bet they didn't think they were signing up for all this extra stuff. And sometimes.
Some of it, I will say, is overblown nonsense. People just being in Bill's business over the young girlfriend.
Yeah, that's
got nothing to do with anything.
I agree.
It's everything else.
Yeah, it's everything else. Shout out to Adam Vinatieri. I didn't know he was a comedian. One of the best speeches I've seen out of the Hall of Fame. Killed it.
Pat McAfee. I know he was joking. Ain't no man talking to me like that. It just we got to at least throw 60.
Yeah,
we got to at least throw 60. We be cool afterwards.
Yeah.
When that in front of the world to see though.
Yeah. Nah. You ain't talking to me like that. That's wild. My only concern is this: where does UNC football go from there? What do you do if you move on from Belichick after the season?
You know what kills me about the discourse around Carolina? Football ain't been worth a damn. Basketball is a shell of itself. And I keep hearing everyone talk about Carolina and Virginia to the SEC just for them to add 2 more states to their reach, and they'll still be connecting in every state. I'm gonna be honest with you, that makes no sense to me. I don't care about this these teams being part of the AAU and academics and your media footprint. Carolina and Virginia don't fit the Southeastern Conference.
No.
They'll add basketball, but they don't play Southeastern Conference brand of basketball. I guess baseball and softball will bring something. Forget that. College sports are dominated by football right now. The SEC has always been a football conference. You already have Florida. Bring the whole Florida Cup to the SEC. If you're going to make 2 more additions to get up to 18, you bring Miami and Florida State.
In the ACC? In the SEC?
Yeah.
Damn. Damn, you talk about a monopoly. Jeez.
Damn. Or Florida State and Clemson. One of them.
Yeah, I want.
You probably do Florida State and Clemson.
Yeah, if I'm Miami, I don't want to go to the SEC.
Yeah,
I could dominate the ACC for a while.
And I say Florida State and Clemson because the SEC's already got it perfect with their 16, where everyone has a natural rival to play on rivalry week. SEC is probably going to have the best rivalry week this year. They've got it figured out, the best out of all the conferences. You have Florida State and Clemson, you don't disrupt anything because South Carolina already plays Clemson in the Palmetto Bowl, and Florida State and Florida already play each other in the Sunshine Showdown. So you might as well just add those two and just make them part of your league. And then we can get Clemson and Georgia as a protected game.
Clemson and Georgia. Why don't we just go back to the old ways, man? I understand what you're saying, but jeez, 18 teams in the SEC.
No, I don't like it at all. But if this is where we're at, then whatever.
You just gotta adjust to it. Yeah.
And the ACC needs to be doing all it can to lobby its politicians right now, not to pass this PCSA. Because it's literally like just allowing anyone to leave their conference for free.
For free.
And the ACC will cease to exist.
I'm a big advocate of something's got to change, either commissioner or we got to get Congress involved. But this is ridiculous.
So Congress is involved, and it just turned out to be helping the SEC and the Big Ten in the money. I don't know why they let themselves get fooled. It's Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz. Did you really think it's going to be an honest process?
Yeah, and that's true. And those guys, when you have the big money, you're the biggest lobbyists. Like you're gonna get things into your favor. It's crazy.
All right, Sean, this is something you texted the group chat about. It's an issue I've had with the NBA, where we talk about everything but the game. But it ain't because of the reasons we talk about in the WNBA. Sean, the Fever just don't generate any basketball headlines these days. It's always something regarding race and culture. And Caitlin Clark fans just being toxic to the WNBA community. Are the Fever bad for the W?
That's a great question. Is it bad for the W? No, and this is the reason why. You always need that team or the headlines to attract to them. But the problem is that headlines are negative around them. So, but would the attention in the WB as focused without the Fever and Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark and what goes around them and their head coach going on a tirade yesterday? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it does ruin the overall health of the league. And this is what I mean. Like, the league's a basketball league. It's not a political league. It's not about social justice. It's not about, you can add those elements to it, but at the end of the day, the first thing has to still be about the basketball.
Main thing got to be the main thing.
Yeah, and the basketball is so secondary. I heard Ryan Clark say this, I completely agree, that WNBA has a messaging problem and it starts at the top with the commissioner. So
Adam Silver's the worst commissioner in sports right now.
Yeah, she's
and it's hard to be worse than Adam Silver.
Yeah, and so Adam, she in the chain of command, she reports to Adam Silver in the NBA. The NBA must be sitting back and like, yo, this ain't good for business. Like, she has to go. So that's number one. They got to go. Two, when it becomes a mockery, you have Enes Kanter, Royce White. Enes Kanter can't even go back to his own country. Royce White scared to fly.
Damn.
Yeah,
Damn.
like no, let's call a spade a spade. Clay Travis probably never got women until he had money type of guys. Those I can't respect people's opinions like that.
Hold on, and he's the one that went from how you go from keep politics out of sports to now you starting a whole outlet that's dedicated to merging sports and politics.
It's they're trying to be the Fox News of sports. It's
well, that is that's what he works for.
Yeah,
work for, I guess. Whatever. I don't know. I want to smack the hell out of Clay Travis, Will Kane, and Jason Whitlock.
Long
time ago.
Long time ago. Like I that's that whole crossing the line type of stuff. I'm not keep it sports, and I think it's disrespectful. So I think those guys are clowns for doing what they're doing. But the point is, why is this even a subject in the WNBA? You know what I'm saying? Like it's always something. Now we're talking about transgenders playing with like, come on. The whole rhetoric has made me turned off about the WNBA. I can't lie. It's really turned me off. And we should be talking about the Lynx and Olivia Miles and how special she's been this year.
Oh, well, we're going to talk about them after this.
Yeah.
That ain't an issue over here.
Yeah, but I just think the rhetoric is all this race and politics and what we stand about this rights and gay rights, and it's like LGBT. Oh, come on, man. Yeah, I mean, like I'm all for whatever you believe in, but at some point when it overshadows a product to this extent, it's bad, man. It's bad. It's not a good thing, and I don't think it's a way to grow the league at all.
I'm just go ahead and touch on everything real quick. Pause. Dejanay Carrington, you deserve to be ejected. Like that's a hard foul in any league where you're going to get ejected. Like, come on, that's just basketball today.
White privilege.
That ain't a white privilege thing, and you only did it because it's Sophie Cunningham, which I understand.
I get it.
Matter of fact, I wanted you to just come out and say, "Yeah, I found her that hard because she deserved it." You'd have had a fan in me.
Say that, yeah.
You'd have had a fan in me.
Yeah.
I miss the NBA. I miss Hitman. I miss Kenyon Martin saying, I'm going to get Karl Malone back for what he did to my boy Isaiah Thomas. I miss that. I miss the Detroit Pistons, man. As soon as Michael jump off them 2 feet and try to get to the ground, to the air, we bring him down to the ground.
Yeah.
I miss that. I mean, you hard fouled the hell out of somebody because we all know you don't like them and you want smoke.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's all you had to say. But then you put a race card out of nowhere.
It made no sense.
Yeah. Shut the hell up. I'm too. Sophie Cunningham, you can shut up. Because first of all, you paid for your whole face. You got no ass. And you really can't move. Shut up. And stop all the antics. Because you need your ass whooped. So let's get that out the way. To the Caitlin Clark fans, suck a fat one. She ain't the greatest thing since sliced bread. She sucks against good teams. Turnover machine. Terrible shot selection. And she ain't a one guard. She's a two. And Paige Beckers is already better than her. And Olivia Miles is already better than her. And when Juju Watkins comes into the league, she will be better than her. So y'all can all eat one, go to hell, and stay out my man's Dre Day's DMs. Stephanie White, I feel sorry you got to deal with this headache. Aaliyah Boston, get yourself out of Indiana. And Kathy Engelbert, find a new profession.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
Did I say anything wrong?
No. I would say this. I think that it would be good for the WNBA if for a business perspective, if it's the Lynx in the Fever in the WNBA finals, by the way. Just a perspective. That would be good for the league because then maybe it'll be focused a little bit on basketball because it's really good basketball what they're playing in Minnesota. So I think for the league, they need to figure out a way how to message this stuff better. And the problem is 3-4 years ago, 5 years ago, the WNBA, I think people would think it was going to fold. It's at its height right now. And I just feel like they need like their Larry Magic moment. They need something that propels it to the right direction.
No, don't say that. Don't compare anything about the W to the NBA because then you sexist. I'll never forget that damn editor I had at the Messenger. Bruh. Oh, Lord have mercy. When I tell you she made me itch in that meeting, Sean, yo, whoo.
It was that bad. Yeah. I have to say this. I got to call Caitlin Clark out on this. She's too, I love this line by 50 Cent. It reminds me of just my mentality in life. When you're on the fence, 50 Cent said this is dope. where I'm from, we push you over. And I agree, because you can't be on the fence. And I think
he's one to talk.
That's what his quote was. 50. Like 50 be talking.
He's one to talk.
He said that. He said, we push you
Snoop
over.
are two of the biggest sellouts in the world right now. And Ja Rule.
Damn, you give Snoop getting it? Yo, you can't disrespect Unc.
That's what we can.
What's Snoop doing wrong?
When you want to be partners and nut hugging Trump the way you are, you can get labeled a sellout.
50 is a Trumper.
50 Ja Rule and Snoop.
I didn't know that. About Trump. What do you want me to do, man? Well, I can't save everybody. I'm just using this as an analogy. And my point is, I can't speak for them, man. What I would say is you cannot play the fence. And I think if Caitlin Clark stayed, I'm be like, I'm standing on this side, but she knows, and her team knows, like a lot of her fans are white conservative men. And so if you stand on one side and her silence, now I saw like on Fox News that someone was calling her a coward. I'm like, what the hell? Like, because she's not picking a side. And I think you have to stand up and be like, hey, this is what I want. If you, for example, if you want to stand by the W with the transgender thing, then stand on it. Don't be wishy-washy. This is my whole thing. Stand on something. And I think the problem with the W, stand on something.
And that's the other thing I meant to touch on. Hey, listen, cancel me, say what you want. I don't give a damn. If you were born with a penis,
absolutely,
you don't play in a women's sports league.
Absolutely. Period. Not even a question.
Just because D Wade's son chop his wood off, don't mean he can go play women's college basketball.
Nope.
Simple and plain.
Simple. Make it simple. Make it stand out. But we don't
need Royce White and Ennis Canner making a mockery. And both of them can shut the hell up. And Ennis Canner works for the feds, by the way. The FBI threw him a damn birthday party, for Christ's sake. And Royce White, but I'm going to be honest with you, you beat on women, you beat on kids, you're afraid to get on a plane. You are one of the least knowledgeable people in the world. You got embarrassed on Stephen A. Smith's podcast by my man, what's his name? His name Isaiah Martin, I want to say. Like just shut.
But real breaking news. Damn, your Lakers have been sold again. Oh man, you're gonna hate this. For $12 billion to Bob Iger and Donald Trump's son-in-law, Josh Kuttner, for $12 billion. What the hell?
Ain't gonna be all over ESPN. Bob Iger.
What the hell?
So they wanted the team in Vegas. How can Bob Iger, who runs Disney, buy an NBA team? Is that not a conflict of interest?
Yeah, but being so $12 billion.
Mark Walter just bought the team.
Yeah, but they made pivot to make an aggressive offer to buy the Lakers from Mark Walter, who purchased a controlling interest from the team last season. What the hell? Damn.
The Lakers have become a shit show.
Well, now you can add the Lakers to your Trump hate list because his son-in-law owns the team. Hopefully, Bob Iger is going to be the guy running the team, but who knows, yo? That's very interesting.
I had so much faith in Mark Walter and the Dodgers.
Yeah. I'm confused. Maybe.
I got nothing for you. Man, they were really leaning all into the white boy Lakers here.
$12 billion. That's a surprise. You just bought the team less than a year ago. And I thought they were doing the right thing, building out. Yo, listen. At some point, maybe he wants the Vegas team, less taxes. If you Walters, you got money. Maybe you flip that money and try to buy the Vegas expansion team. Which honestly, no disrespect to the Lakers, just tax benefits. I'd rather be in Vegas than California, but whatever.
Yeah, it's nothing to do in Vegas.
Oh, I know, but that might be a good thing for these players.
You're gonna be living in LA anyway and flying to Vegas for the season.
45 minutes. Yeah. You might do the LeBron, live in New York and fly to Philly. Yeah, but that was breaking news. I just saw that. I was like, what the hell? That was like surprising news to me. surprising.
Man. All right. On to the former home of the Lakers, Minneapolis. Sean, I don't know if anyone can stop the Lynx. You just had the 3-point record shattered. Olivia Miles is nasty. The Feast of Collier's back. First team to clinch the berth. The Aces just, I think their window's closed.
Yeah, I don't think they won it. But I didn't think they won it last year either. So and they got into the tourney and won it. So
I don't think it's happening this year. I think this is the Lynx's title to lose.
Oh yeah, I think it's time. Kayla McBride is having a really good year this year. Like Miles and Miles is special. She's probably the most exciting rookie I've seen come into the league. Even though Paige Becker was good, but not to this level.
Yeah, I love Paige, but this is
a different level. Like highlight reels all the time. Like she's the funk, the hair, the glasses. Like she's special.
She's moving like she at the Rocket.
Yeah. No, what I like about the transition from college to the NBA, the only thing I really like is when I do see players like we're going to see with Kayla Wilson this year. I like when I get to see them in space and not play in such a zone heavy structure, smaller court. Because when you see him, you like, and like Olivia Miles, she gets off this opportunity. She was good in college, but we didn't know. I didn't think she was going to be this special. And so, but when you have space, when you have that opportunity, and you only focus on your craft, it's just a better game. So no one's beating them. They're the favorites. Again, I'm going for them in the Fever to be in the championship, hopefully, but who knows? I have to see how the bracket plays out. But there's their title to lose. And they got robbed of a title a couple years ago by the WNBA for letting the Liberty win. I just got to say that because they were robbed.
All right, Sean. The athletic directors in the Big Ten on some nonsense this month. You got the new Purdue AD saying if you want to win championships, come to Purdue. If you want to be a loser, go to Indiana, something like that. You got Pat Kraft. They're saying it's a waste of money to spend on basketball. To spend $20 million on a basketball roster. Sure, but no one's asking you to spend $20 million on a basketball roster, Pat. You just don't care about basketball. You proved that when you killed our program down in North Philly, but whatever. I'll let you go on these two.
No, the Purdue AD came back out and apologized. It was a joke that landed poorly. Like I said,
crickets, tomatoes.
Yeah.
What's bothers Sandman Sims? Go ahead and sweep him off the stage at the Apollo.
Because your basketball team is better than Indiana over recent history, but you haven't won a national championship. You went to a national championship game, but you haven't won a natty. And then your football team, 2023, the last time you won a Big Ten game, conference game. So Indiana's the defending national champions, and their future is bright as long as Kurt Sinetti's there. Like he's one of the best coaches in the league. You got that was maybe you hyped up, maybe you just did a little lines in the bathroom, but the joke was horrible.
Okay.
Yeah. That joke was horrible.
Cocaine is making a comeback, Bob.
It is. Ask Scotty, ask Monte Ellis, because those boys were coked up talking like that. That's the only reason, Javon. Let's call a spade. When people talk crazy like that, you have to be like, it has to be the drugs or liquor.
Oh my goodness, man! Yeah. Oh, you trying to get us sued?
Yeah, those guys are wild. But no, I do think in Pat Kraft, at the end of the day, you don't want to spend $20 million. You're 100% right. Don't spend $20 million, but spend some money. Like you know, it's $10 million, but you can't. This is
now. If I'm Ryan Odom, I got to get out of there.
Of course.
But Sean, let's really talk, cause it's personal over here. What has Pat Kraft done as an athletic director? I want you to go Google his career. Go Google it, and I'm gonna walk you through it. I promise you, I'm gonna walk you through it.
Pat Kraft. All right. Let's see. Penn State. I'm gonna look through his career.
Tell me what he has done.
He's at Boston College recently.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Penn
6 years.
What has he done?
Nothing. Let me think.
Because Shrewsbury fell into his lap.
So his most mobile thing, I would say, was helping Temple when he was there for the couple of years with Matt Rule.
Matt Rule did that. He didn't even hire Rule.
Oh, he didn't. Okay.
He didn't
You know better.
hire Rule.
Obviously, you know better than me. So yeah, I don't see anything on his.
He didn't hire Rule. He hired Rod Carey, who killed the football program, killed the basketball program, then left for Boston College in the middle of the turmoil, did nothing for them.
Nothing.
And has done nothing for Penn State. Ryan Odom's a good basketball hire. I'll give you that. But you're not even going to give him the resources to succeed in what is one of the best basketball conferences.
In Penn State, let's be real, they have money. Like, there's no question Penn State has money that they could spend. They probably rather put it all on the football team, which I'm not mad at, but I'm not saying you have to spend $20 million.
Just for football to get their asses kicked by Ohio State and Michigan every year. But whatever.
Who's Penn State's best basketball alum? Notable basketball alum.
Recent memory? Well, they took Tony Carr from Temple because they paid him under the table.
This is just throwing shots out here.
Lamar Stevens, maybe. Waitley?
Damn.
Maybe. I mean, they got what's my man on the Nuggets right now? Jalen Pickett's on the Nuggets right now.
Jay Pickett, okay.
Seth Lundy can't land on a roster. I got nothing for you.
Calvin Booth. I'm looking at just an old school limit. Huh?
That's way back in the day.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
And he was no good NBA player. No. And I mean, his front office tenure in Denver just ended messy.
Shout out my girl Lisa Salter. She was their guard for them. Now she's silent. Maybe she's the most notable in just the basketball women and men. My point is, it's not like you have Melo on your side who could try to get you money like Syracuse or anything like that. You don't have any notable basketball alums. Your AD's not trying to spend money. And I gotta be real. If I'm a dad of a top player and money's equal, I'm not sending him to Penn State. I'd rather send him to Maryland or somewhere else in that region over Penn State, to be honest with you. Yeah, I like Boston College Chaim Murray. I think he's gonna do well there. I'd rather send my kid over there to Boston College.
You see, he got the daggone broadcasters fired because he didn't want anyone associated with the last coaching staff.
Little petty, but if you talk about changing the culture, that culture needs to be changed in Boston College.
But the broadcasters, though,
John Ron, when you rate the culture, like you got to change. When I would have got rid of everybody if I was Bomber and came from the Clippers. I didn't want anything associated with Donald Sterling.
You get rid of the team commentators, though?
I'm getting rid of everybody, man.
Damn, you're cut, bro.
That's bad juju, man. You got to get rid of everybody. I don't want anyone to. I'll give them a great severance package, but even the front receptionist, she got to go too. Damn. Clean house, yeah. I'm a big believer in that. You got to clean house. You got to bring your own people in.
You coming in with the burning sage stick, huh?
like I'm Kyrie at TD Garden.
All right. You know, it's crazy. Every woman I've met that has a sage stick is one of the most toxic women I know. But that's a different conversation for a different day. I
know two off the top of my head right now. That I just thought about what you just said. I don't even want to say their names. I'm an engaged man now, so I don't even. They're out of my memory.
Stay in the past. Oh, man. All right, so Sean, let's get into our schedule.
Let's go.
Portion of the show.
I can't wait.
We're on AFC West with the Denver Broncos, who should have been in the Super Bowl last year. The Los Angeles Chargers, the team of the NFL, the Kansas City Chiefs, and Tom Brady's new home of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yes.
Start off with the Broncos. Sean, you know I'm super high on them.
Yep.
Might be a little crazy. 15-2. I can come down to 14-3 I can come down to 14-3 for Seattle on Thursday Night Football. But that's all I can do.
Who's the losses to? The 2 losses you have them to?
Opening game at the Chiefs, because they got to split with the Chiefs. And when they host the Rams on Sunday Night Football in Week 3.
Actually,
no, hold on. I got it wrong. All right, hold on. No, that's 14-3 because I got them losing the last game of the season to the Chargers because they won't need it.
They won't need it. Okay. Well, you're more higher than. I think that's an indictment on the division too. If that's what you have them at 14-3. I think
14-3, 2 losses coming to the Chiefs and the Chargers. They'll sweep the Raiders.
All right. Well, I'm higher on the Raiders than you are then. I got them going 11-6. I have them. The key for them is this. Why do you that 15-2, 14-3? That means you have them as the number 1 seed in the AFC, correct?
Yeah.
Most likely, right?
They are the best team in the AFC.
Defensively, is Bo taking the next step? Is that what you're depending on?
Oh yes, Bo played very good last year.
Okay. If Bo takes the next step, I can see that. So I'm not hating on you what your prediction is. I just have to see it because Bo had a good rookie year, a better second year.
And you got to think. Now you got Jalen Waddle to take the top off over there.
You have Waddle now. Yep. And I think the what's that? Pat? They were talking about him in training camp. I forgot. They said he's
from Illinois.
Yeah. He's gonna have a big year. They're gonna be more explosive offensively with a really good defense. I just got to see if Bo can do it consistently. If they were the one, they're going to win the division. I have them as the best team in the division. I have them one of the favorites to come out the AFC. But I think that division is better than you think. It's tough. And I'm a big advocate. Look at their winning record in one score games. Remember, I'm a big advocate of that.
You do say the luck has to change.
It changes all the time. And that's why I had them originally 12-5. And I was like, sure, they won a lot of close games last year. Eventually, that always goes back. I'm a big advocate of that. I think 11-6 with that talent, still one of the top 3 seeds in the AFC. I haven't done my best of the conference, but they'll fall in the top 3 of the AFC.
I guess I can come down to 13-4.
No.
Gotta think about it.
Do whatever you want.
But I like them at 14-3.
If Bo's in the MVP conversation, that's the best team in the AFC, bar none. Yeah. And he's trending. He's doing the thing that you should be doing at court, just getting better and better. Now, I just want great season. I get scared about that. He's getting better and better. But 11-6, they win the division.
All right. The Chargers. What you got?
And I got them sweeping the Chiefs 2-0 this year. That's yeah. Okay. The Chargers, I had them in 98, but I do think I like McDaniels with Herbert. I think the defense is going to take a little step back without Minter. I'm concerned about their pass rush. I got them at 10-7. 10-7.
I got the flip of it. I got them at 7-10. I mean, who are your pass catching options? Quentin Johnston's got bad hands. McCarthy's a good route runner. You're relying on Trey Harris to really be something as a receiver 3. Ron Gaston and David Njoku are going to have to produce a lot at the tight end. They did add Keaton Mitchell to complement Amari and Hampton. Offense would be solid. The O-line has to stay healthy for it to work, which they don't have a good history of.
I know Joe All is the key. But remember, they're going to be playing. Remember what he did with Tua? The ball will be coming out of Herbert's hands quicker than it did before because he has a tendency of holding it. I think it's going to be more of a quick pass offense, and I think that's going to favor him a little bit more.
You might be right, but the schedule difficult, Sean.
It is.
They're going to lose in Buffalo.
Yep.
They're going to lose in Seattle.
Yep.
They're going to lose in Denver. That's a 3-game losing streak right there early in the season. They're going to lose at the Rams.
It's a home game, but they're going to lose.
No, coming off the bye is at
Well, they both play in SoFi. That's what I mean. It's a whole game.
Well, yeah. You're right. But either way, they're still going to lose to Rams.
Yeah.
That Houston's defense is going to get to them bad. Jesse Minter's defense is going to get to them in Baltimore Monday Night Football. Christian Gonzalez is going to make Herbert have to throw to anyone but McCarthy. San Fran on a short week is a trap to me. They're going to split with the Chiefs. Like, the only one I could give them, and I might be with you considering what you just said, I'll give them the win against Tampa Bay to bump them up to 8-9. But that's the highest I can go. That is the highest I can go.
Tampa Bay 8-9. Okay. No, I'm not mad at you. I think the offense is gonna be much better than they were the last few years, and I think that it'll be. I think I want to see Herbert with more quick throws, short throws, not depending on the step back and drop 10 yards. Like not with that.
If the schedule wasn't so tough, I'd be with you. But they play a tough schedule. So.
No, the schedule's tough. The schedule's tough. So I'm not mad at you. They can either, and they gotta be healthy. If they're not healthy, then it's gonna be tough for them.
What I could give them, possibly
9-8
is the Thursday night game against San Fran. Just because the 49ers have a tendency to be hurt that time of year. But a healthy San Francisco beats them.
And remember, when we're doing these schedules, it's based off health. I'm doing it based off health. I did factor San Francisco's health, and they already have injuries. It's in the training camp. So that's why they have them third in the conference. And I had the Chargers beating them on that Thursday night.
I ain't mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Third in the division, excuse me.
Yeah. All right, the Chiefs. I got a solid bounce back year for Kansas City at 10-7. Nothing special, but gets them back to feeling some type of decent about themselves.
Right on the same page. Like you said, I'm worried about the defensive backfield, but like you said, they have Spagnuolo, so it's going to be okay. And Mahomes hasn't been great the last couple of years. I think we just default that he's the best quarterback in the league, and he hasn't been great to me. And he's coming off of ACL. He is Superman, so he can be solid, and the defense is going to be solid. I'm not in love with their pass catching options because Worthy's key. Rice, he's inconsistent sometimes. When he plays, he's good, but then there's always some things. Kelsey's whatever at this point, he's still solid, but not great. And the offensive line is going to be okay. Like maybe if they become more of a running 50-50 balanced team. I'm just not in love. I think at some point the dynasty.
They brought Kenneth Walker over for him.
But even with the Patriots, at some point you're going to have this break between the dynasty, and you have to replenish it with the new breed of guys. I think they're on that tail, and they're going to start replenishing with the new breed of Kansas City Chiefs. So 10-7, definitely battling for a playoff spot. I think that's good enough for where the Chiefs are. I don't think they're Super Bowl contenders anymore.
All right, so you're higher on Vegas than I am. What you got?
Yes. I had them at 8-9, but I dropped them at 7. I have them at 7-10. I love Kubiak. I think at some point, Mendoza is going to be one of the few ready quarterbacks to come out. I think after week 3 or 4, he'll be the starting quarterback.
I'm a little worried about Mendoza too.
Really?
Yeah, I like the Indiana team. He has some guys to throw to. I don't know if they asked him to carry a team the way you're going to be asked as the face of an NFL franchise.
Well, with this team, look, and again, I know it's going to sound like
being the coordinator helps a lot.
Exactly.
And that front seven has the potential to be very, very good on the defensive side of the ball.
Exactly. And Genty,
if they keep Max Crosby.
Genty could be really good. The offensive line is a concern for me.
Yes.
A huge concern. But they have some pass catchers. Well, the tight end might be the best in football. He's up there.
Yeah, I like Brock Byers and Michael Mayer. That's a good little two-headed monster.
Yeah,
tight end, but that ain't what I asked you. Who's the receivers?
They don't got their Jackson Smith and Jimbo yet. They don't have that. I get it.
Like, but is Dante Thornton going to have a breakout year?
I wouldn't bet on it.
What I'm looking at that has a chance to be anything on that.
They're gonna have to play a brand of what they did in Seattle and just hope the quarterback doesn't lose it. But they don't have the offensive line like Seattle had last year. and that's my biggest concern. I think Genti could be really good. It's just we'll see. I think they're 7-10 because the front seven. That's the reason their defense was horrible last year. They've done an amazing job of building that front seven. The secondary is
the secondary had a chance to be all right because Eric Stokes is a good corner, and if Jermont McCoy can get healthy and be who he was at Tennessee when he was healthy, that secondary would be good too. At least the corners are.
The corners, so, yeah.
That defense has a chance to be something.
Yeah, they're gonna play with a different brand.
Nothing offensively.
At the receiver position.
And on the O-line.
Yeah. I think they're gonna be a tough out. I think they're gonna be one of those teams that you don't want to see them play, and they're gonna squeak some wins in. So 7-10 after what they won 2 games last year, 2-15, 3-14. I think that's an uptick. That team in a year or two will be that team. I'm like, oh, they're gonna surpass Kansas City or the Chargers and be there with Denver. I can see it.
I'll take them from 2 wins up to 4.
Oof.
And you got to understand, there's no rush for them to win.
No. There's no rush.
Like from 2 to 4 to 7 to 9 or 10, it's good for them. So I've got them at 4 right now.
I have them starting the season 3-1.
Woo!
Yeah.
Well, when the first 3 lose to the Chiefs?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then the rest of the season 4 wins. They're not talented enough to compete with the Denver Broncos or the Chargers talent-wise, but even Kansas City. But I do think I love Clint Kubiak, and I think he's going to bring a different brand over there.
All right. Well, let's go freeze our butts off in the NFC North. Starting with the Bears, anticipating Caleb Williams being forced into the MVP conversation this year. Another year in that system, another year of growth and maturity. 13-4 for Chicago, and that's with going 3-3 in the division.
13-4. Maybe I'm tough this year because I think it's going to be a lot more parity. I got the Bears going 11-6. I'm probably definitely higher on, even though their records, whatever. But I think the division is going to be tough. I think these 2 divisions are tough.
No, this is a tough division. When you hear these final records for all 4 teams, the NFC North is going to be a gauntlet.
Yeah, so 11-6 is going to be really tough. I think Caleb Williams, it's all about Williams. He had a solid, really good postseason run. He came to play the second half of the season. He got better. Ben Johnson, the defense will be better. I think 11-6 for Chicago is good. And I love their offensive line. I think they have one of the best offensive lines in football.
All right, what you got for Green Bay?
I have Green Bay at 10-7. Michael Parsons, but he's not going to be back to the end of the year. This is 10-7 because LaFleur, Love. Maybe this is my last season. I'm a Jordan Love guy. I've been a Jordan Love guy, but this is the step, or I'm off the bandwagon. This is his Trevor Lawrence season for me.
Green Bay has been mid. The Packers will continue to be mid. They will be 9-8.
Okay, just a game different. What do you have for Detroit?
12-5. Good bounce back. Playing a 3rd place schedule this year. Losses to Buffalo, Green Bay, New England, Minnesota, and Chicago.
Damn, I don't love the defense. I don't.
No, but listen to the wins and ask me if they need a defense. New Orleans.
New Orleans is gonna be better than people think. But keep going.
They're gonna be gritty.
Yeah.
But I don't know if New Orleans is gonna stop Detroit, especially on week 1.
Go ahead.
The Jets.
That's a 1-2.
Arizona.
That's a 1-3.
Carolina.
I like Carolina, so I took them as a loss.
Minnesota. I mean, not Minnesota. Miami. Excuse me.
4.
Tampa.
5.
Atlanta.
6.
Tennessee.
7. Yep.
And Jackson Dart.
You know I'm high on him, but you can give him 8. That's 8.
And then plus 3 division wins. They're going to split with everyone in the division. That's 11 for you by that man. And I got him at 12-5. You got an easy schedule.
I got him 9-8.
Woo!
I didn't like the way the offense played last year. They have a new offensive coordinator. and they did come on when Dan Campbell took over at the end of the year. I just don't love the defense. And I think they're mid defensively, and I'm not a big fan of always going for on fourth down. So I think that factors into it. And I think the three other teams in the divisions are going to be better than them. That's just me this year. I think the three teams are going to be better.
All right. Minnesota, I got it 10-7.
Same.
I like a competitive year for the Vikings.
Yeah. So you got Green Bay as the worst team in the division.
Yeah.
Okay. I got the Vikings at 10-7. I think Kyler bounces back. I think KOC looks like a genius. I love their weapons offensively. And Flores is, if he's not the best defensive coordinator, he's top 2, top 3. And I love how creative they are defensively. So yeah, I got those. I could be swayed to get the 3 teams at 10-7 now. Lions the worst team, Vikings second best team, Packers third best team, Bears the first team. But I'm going to make a caveat. I put this in my notes. I would not be surprised if any of those teams win the division. That's how close I think. I don't think there's one dominant team in that division. I really don't.
I think the Bears are head and shoulders above everyone else.
If Caleb takes the step. Like, Caleb had a really bad rookie year, good second year. Let's see.
I'm encouraged.
Go ahead.
Because they stopped Green Bay's reign of terror against them.
Got the monkey off the back.
When you change organizational curses like that goes a long way for me.
Okay.
That lets you know you're ready to take the step. That's going to be my thing that I'm looking for with Buffalo and Baltimore this year. The games you used to lose and the way you used to lose them are Joe Brady and Jesse Minter fixing those.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Am I going to go a full year without the Ravens blowing a 10-point lead? If that happens, I might be a problem to deal with in the playoffs. No, I'm not, because that black ass quarterback still can't win a second game. So what?
Damn, my guy's a black ass quarterback.
Yeah.
Damn. I can't be mad. The way I feel about Aaron Judge, I think you feel 10 times worse about Lamar Jackson. So I ain't mad at you. But yeah, I think those competitive divisions, and it's gonna be really hard when I have to bring up. We have to do our playoff seeds because I'm having to do by tiebreaker and all sorts of stuff. But it's good. I think this year for the NBA and the NFL, besides one division, the NFC South, I think it's gonna be a lot of parity in the league this year.
All right. Well, that's all we got for today. You got anything else?
Nah, that's it. But one thing. That Arkansas police officer should be ashamed of himself, punching that black girl, 18-year-old black girl, because she wanted to call her mom. Yeah, she wasn't listening and things of that nature, but no point to drag her down the ground and then punch her. You outweigh. She weighs 118 pounds. Come on. That's where, we talked earlier in the show about there's still human beings. Cops are still human beings. They should be held to human standards first, not just being cops. That's all I got. I'm off my high horse on these issues.
And what else we got? Oh, and then the 4 white boys who killed Nolan Wells go on the Coons podcast. Now that's just an admission of guilt right there. Yeah, whatever. All right. Well, that's all we got. We'll see y'all next week. Enjoy the preseason tomorrow night.
Yeah.